Yeah, sorry we didn't do a new opening yet. Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad. Hi, everybody. Welcome to RadioGunk on Monday, November 18th. And yes, this whole thing that I have going on here, this whole construct of the shitty bedroom with the bathroom behind it thing will be gone as of next week. See my shitty, see, here I am, bathroom door.
It's a pocket door, too.
It's a pocket door. Yeah, this will be gone next week. And, I'm just going to say it like this. I don't even care. And my new and exciting basement podcast station will be not even really put together. It's just painted and I have like electricity in there. So I'm going to be moving myself downstairs tomorrow. So that's where I'll be podcasting from, although it won't be quite in the shining thing. Well, because I got to put together the bookshelf behind me and it has screws and wood. And it's just way too much work. So if I get to it tomorrow, I'll do it. But, I have Pilates tomorrow, so that's going to.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Xavier will be here. He's running a little bit late, but he'll be here at some point in the near future. So, yeah, everybody. Oh, and Mr. Dangles, we did get part 2 of your Steven Crowder interview thing, but it's going to have to wait till tomorrow because today's show, for some inexplicable reason, had an inordinate amount of clips to go over. So I wound up with 30. I cut it down to like 26. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to get to today because, it's one of those days. What you got, Dan?
Yes, because there was a lot of projection today. And, of course, in honor of Josh Brolin and his sobriety, I'm drinking Maker's Mark because that's what, when he was a drunk, that's what he drank.
Mazel. Yeah, a lot of clips today, and I don't know why, and I went through them judiciously. I really did. I went through, some of them are like 15 seconds, some of them are 35, but there was a lot to get to today. He went to Buchwald's memorial service this weekend.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about that a little bit. And then Josh Brolin came in around 8:15 or something like that. And
8:08.
Okay, and then really just kicked it until the end of the show.
Till 9:58.
So that's what we got, really. That's what we got. Yeah. So I am told that the Buchwald Memorial was very small, very just, people that were integral to Buchwald.
Well, when you listen to the clips, everyone, keep that in mind because
yes.
Yeah.
I did receive something showing what the thing looked like for the Buchwald Memorial, but I'm not allowed to show it, so there's that. And I'm told that Howard was basically in and out, and so there's that.
Are you serious? Holy shit!
Keep that in mind as we go through the Buck. I didn't even put on makeup today. Jesus Christ! Oh, okay. So
you know what? Neither did I. It's okay.
Let's start the show. Is this too loud? Too quiet?
Right. Trust me.
What do you call it? I didn't know the mic was on when I was clearing my throat. The guys, until I put my headphones in, they're not supposed to turn the microphone on. So I apologize.
Oh, I wondered why I was hearing all that.
Well, it's so fucking dry in my little studio here. The humidity's down to 27%, and I put a humidifier in.
I'm sorry. So you put a humidifier in. The humidity was at like 40-something% last time he told us. Now he put a humidifier in.
Well, I can tell you why. It got cold in Long Island. Heat came on.
Yeah.
And God knows what type of cheap humidifier he bought for that room. Because, it knows every expense is spared. But the thing that glares at me is Mr. Work My Own Board doesn't even turn his own microphone on anymore. He literally is too lazy to turn on a microphone.
And, I rewound so that I could see whether or not he was like coughing into the mic or something like that. But they didn't. It wasn't on air. So,
they had it in the in the ears where it's the what the heck, I forgot what it's called, but when they're monitoring, that's the only reason they. What the hell are you doing?
I have a piece of bazooka in my mouth, and I was really wondering.
Oh man.
Only you.
Yeah. Oh, my clearing of the throat was not on the air. You heard it though. You got treated to that. There you go. Okay, good.
Oh, thank God. Okay, nobody cares. Really, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So, any of you who weren't with us on Patreon this weekend missed out on. Oh, hello. Hey. Welcome back, stranger.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we just started. We're just on to clip number 2, so you didn't miss out on anything. And
Yeah, Mr.
Gary didn't miss out on anything, so there's that.
Yeah.
We're just talking about how we did a little Patreon Tyson fight thing.
I heard.
God damn it.
God damn it. And it took me so long to get to sleep after that.
I got 5 hours of sleep after that. I was so angry. I'm like, I went to sleep at 1:30.
Anger.
And it was super bright out the next morning, and Mrs. Chair doesn't know how to make rooms dark, and the sun comes up, and I was
anger.
I was just like, this sucks. And
I can only sleep in blackout.
Me too. I mean, I needed
It's
like darkness.
One sliver, it's done.
And
Exactly.
me and Dennis and Mr. Judy Tenuta were just watching this shit fest. I mean, really, it was just a shit fest. Everybody knows that it was like completely, bullshit.
Yes.
And the fact that
we have a brain.
7-year-old allowed a 58-year-old to go 8 rounds.
Well,
2 minutes each.
I honestly think that they went to each other, and Mike went, but Jake, I got an idea. Let's just go out there and make it look really good, and then we can just cash our checks.
I'm sure that was the edict from the get.
Let's just cash our checks and be done. Okay.
I mean, but either way,
We'll even let you win. It's fine.
It's okay. I think that
Mike made $20 million.
Exactly.
So there's that. Good for him.
He made $20 million, and Don King didn't reach into his pocket and take
how
his
much
share.
did they make, though? Everybody talks about how much
I
Mike.
have no idea. Nor do I care. It'll probably anger me.
I imagine they both made 20, because Mike's the bigger name. But Jake Paul.
Honestly, I have no idea, man.
So
No.
I know that Jerry Jones was involved, and of course, it had to be a fiasco if he was involved, because
I like that he had that dead mic. It was so funny.
That was the
And
best.
no one even thought of giving him like their mic.
It's almost like his football team.
It is literally the embodiment. If you let Instagram people run a production, it was just shit from top to bottom.
Yes, it was. It was an absolute turd. I love how bad it was.
What happened with Netflix? Like, what happened? Is there an after thought?
I have some thoughts of what happened.
They're only $8 million in debt now.
Well, the other thing is they didn't have the servers for that much live. They usually have streaming, and it's usually not 60 million people watching one thing.
Well, they have NFL next week, so
that should be a disaster. I can't wait for that to happen.
But how does pay-per-view work? Like, clearly there have been many a pay-per-view that have had a couple of million people, right?
You know what?
Nicholas, where have you been? Wait, what's going on, Nicholas? Where have you been for the past 3 months?
Exactly. It's almost unexcusable.
Yeah, it's inexcusable. Nicholas, for your $10, you have to tell us where you've been for the last 3 months. And I'm really hoping
that works.
Has he been in college?
Have you been in jail? Have you been
college?
Overseas? Have you been held hostage? We need to know. We need to know now so that we can get to the bottom of where you've been for the last 3 months. Okay? So just let us know. All right, here's Tyson, and then we're just going to fold right into Don Buckle.
So many people calling me about this Mike Tyson fight. I actually didn't stay up and watch it, but I saw enough of these. No. From what I understand, it started at 8 o'clock, but the main event didn't happen until midnight.
Right.
And I was like, fuck this. Going to bed. I'm too tired. I'm so tired right now.
Why?
My schedule was disrupted this weekend.
5-day weekend.
they had a memorial service for my agent, Don Buchwald, which you were at.
Yeah.
And I saw...
It was on Saturday. You had a full...
It was on Saturday?
24, let's go with another 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You had a full 32 to 37 hours to recover from your big trip.
Fred from a distance. I did.
There's so much to review with this. It's not even funny. So
Yeah,
say hi to Fred, by the way, at this memorial service.
Yeah, Fred also, who is a Buchwald client.
Exactly. I mean, the story just gets so bizarre, which will be in the next.
Everybody now, for the story, everybody remember, on the staff, Gary, Fred, Robin, Jan Hine, and Howard are Buchwald clients.
And Ronnie.
Buchwald, they're all Buchwald clients. Now, keep that in mind for this story because they all know they're all Buchwald clients. Keep going. I saw a movie like that once.
Like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us, guys. Well,
I saw some bazooka downstairs. I had to have some. Sorry.
Yes.
I get to talk to him. Fine. And I saw Fafafo High and his wife, beautiful wife, Mary.
Sure.
But it took me 2.5 hours to get there and 2.5 or 3 hours back. So I'm like, I hate losing a day on the weekend, But
on the weekend.
Yeah.
5-day weekends.
I was woozy.
He has 5-day weekends.
And not only that lazy hump didn't even drive. He had someone drive him to the thing. It wasn't like he's there in rush in traffic on Saturday trying to go down the BQE. No. Or the Long Island Expressway. No, he's sitting in the back watching God knows what, Netflix or whatever on his tablet.
Napping.
Or napping
like a third grader on a field trip.
Exactly. And literally not doing any work at all, not driving, nothing. You are not tired from riding in the back of a car.
It's the same story every time. It doesn't even matter.
It's just,
you know what? Because he just keeps shoveling it out and knowing that some people will just, it was a weekend.
Benjamin, save 17% on bazooka at the Gunk online store. Use promo code Jared's dead.
Wow.
Damn.
Almost too soon? Almost?
Nah, never too soon.
But still fun. Yeah. Still amusing. And you know what? The best thing you could do about somebody who has died is talk about them, right? So the fact that we still invoke Jared's name is always a good thing. So, yeah, you know what? He's probably laughing at us somewhere in heaven or Middle Earth or
wherever the hell he is.
Up. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let's go on with the Buchwald Memorial Service, which is kind of curious. This whole thing is curious to me.
It's stupid.
Good to see you, though. I had a feeling it was funny how none of us mentioned it because we didn't know if we had been invited. I was like,
Fred wrote me later and said, I had no idea Howard was going to be there. And
why wouldn't you know that Howard's going to be there? Howard basically runs the Buchwald agency. His money is what funds the entirety of that agency.
Who was the stand-up that said, Don on the roast, Don Buchwald, agent to the star.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Who's his other client? Like Scott Bale's cousin?
I think it's Ralph Macchio.
Macchio. And he's doing so much.
Yeah, so much.
But, the funny thing is these people have been working together, 40 years now? And they don't have the ability to, I don't know, say something before or after the show over Zoom that, yay, so I'll see you on Saturday. I mean, what type of ridiculous relationship do they have?
It is insanity that did not.
Or when he died, turn on the effing mic and go, "Hey guys, some news, some sad news. My friend died. Blah blah blah." Now let's wait. Let's wait. What he died in? What, June, July, whatever?
Oh no, he announced it. He announced it the weekend after he died. When he got back, he announced it the day he got back.
Happened July.
I don't pay attention.
He announced it because he announced it faster than he announced his father's death.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was the first day back.
I mean, his dad only gave him life.
Yeah, nothing much. Just sent him the BU and bought him cars and puppet sets and everything. But he didn't do anything for him and gave him advice on radio. But Buchwald, Much more important.
You know, I was looking up something and I don't see it now.
You don't see it now? Oh, that's terrible.
Well, I was trying to find something on the Don Buchwald.
Why?
Uh,
I mean, honestly, who cares?
You
at
know,
this
the
point?
funny thing is, though,
I
it's
know.
like,
but go ahead.
how would they not think that Howard would be? I mean, that statement alone is in the retarded zone. I mean, really, seriously, that is like that's insane. I mean, that's crazy. I mean,
Yes, of course it is. I mean, the whole thing is stupidity.
and it gets dumber.
I
Hold
mean,
on, everybody. This gets dumber.
Until I saw it.
No, until I
Yeah,
saw the
I mean-
program.
Yeah,
Oh, the
well,
program. Right.
well, you know what it is, Fred. I would have said, "Oh, you know, they're having this memorial service for my agent," but then I went, "Well, what if like Fred or Robin wasn't invited?"
They're clients. Why wouldn't they be
They
invited?
make millions off of Fred and Robin. Yes, they're invited. Are you
I'm not going to
serious?
see anything. It would be awful. I mean, you know, I'd be like, oh, I mean, but so anyway, you guys were there.
Yeah, that's just.
So anyway, they were there.
So anyway, they were there. So here's what I wanted to show you guys. So this is the condolence page. No one did after that. So this is the condolence page, and the first thing that comes up on
Keep me away from that thing.
I know. Believe me, I know.
I have a rep.
So the first thing that comes up is from Ronnie and Stephanie saying, if it weren't for Don the super agent 38 years later, I wouldn't be where I am today. His poetry, as you may know from the obituary, has left a deep mark on my heart. Here, I'd like to share the deeply personal poem Don wrote to Stephanie and me for our wedding. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude for Don for introducing me to Hendrick's Gin. It's a small but significant part of the many memories we shared. Love, Ronnie and Stephanie. Watch the video to hear the beautiful poem.
Are we going to get a poem?
Yeah, do we have to? Come on.
And Ronnie.
Of course we do.
No,
Thanks for the invitation to the celebration of nuptials.
Thanks for the invitation to the
nuptials.
In old Las Vegas. Stephanie, pardon me, but most of this is directed toward Ronnie, as you might have expected. I'm sure the sup you'll choose for the party will be hearty with delicious dishes to complement the booze. Ron, you are fun and courageous to let the stern cast be that outrageous. But perhaps they do what they're told to, so they become more bold for you.
What?
Those folks are clever and never forget they only kid those they really like, especially when they get on mic. You're ribbed and kidded by all and take the fall with smiling grace, more than I could or would do in your place.
Oh, this is a rhyming
How
poem.
long is this? It's 4 fucking minutes long.
You know the gathering will be sumptuous, somewhat rambunctious, as is the protocol.
Rambunctious is not a word.
Ron, you met me, Don, in 1984, I think before or when you officially applied for the full-time gig for Mr. Big to ride in your comfy limousine. The king...
Okay.
Dude, you're killing me right now.
I know. I heard
You're
this.
killing me.
I know.
The old Jewish man voice.
I just want you to
and
know
the bad rhyming is
that
not
this
helping.
is a poem that has left a deep mark on his heart.
It's left a mark on us too. And speaking of marks, and a good mark, Nicholas
from Stern.
He's
I'd rather work in the
detoxing.
background listening to old shows than today. Did I miss a John update? Is it Stuttering John or is it Arm John? No, Arm John is doing his own thing. He's on a completely different circadian rhythm than we are. And
really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you say no?
I don't know.
Circadian rhythm sounds better.
So,
hey, Don Buchwald
all media
would
and
write
its queen were
a poem about it.
blessed as were all the rest. With you at the wheel, he needed no travel expedia. That is real.
Yeah, I can't. Okay.
Oh my God!
Well, just remind the audience that we'll be doing Haiku Tuesdays followed by Automatopoeia Wednesdays. Because we don't suffer effing enough.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
I just needed you guys to hear what was so heart-rending.
Can we do something with like Jamie Farr talking about Klinger or something like that? I mean, why stop you?
Xavier. All right, let's go on to his shitty outfit because I'm sure he wore fucking horrible something because he can dress horrible.
Which I wanted is, offer my condolences. So it was good. Good that we went. It was a whole fucking fight before we went. I never fight with my wife, but she took one look at me. I'd gotten dressed for the memorial service, and she goes, "You're wearing that?"
What were you wearing?
We were walking out the door, and she said,
because she didn't see you until the moment you were walking out.
Right, because they're in separate parts of the house.
That's right.
No, I look good. I was wearing a jacket with a nice blue sweater that I just got, and a pair of really nice jeans, and because it was business casual. She goes, "You can't wear
business casual is not your ratty Barbados stupid black jacket with a sweater and your scarf and a pair of ratty jeans with your stupid Barbados boots. Stupid. Thank you, Nicholas. We really.
I mean, it was on the other side of the mansion, so it couldn't see him.
Their jeans, and that sweater looks horrible on you, and I can't believe that's what you picked out.
I'm sure you bought it for him, but okay.
To wear?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I felt so bad. I go, I'm going to go upstairs and change. She goes, we don't have time now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
The minutia. The minutia, bro.
Believe me. I have 13 clips of minutia. 13. Okay, we're on 5. So he's not going to shake anybody's hand at the memorial, as you must know, because
I said, I'm not shaking anyone's hand at Don's memorial service. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, I don't want to get sick. I'm not shaking hands. I'm going to fist bump. You can't fist bump at Don's memorial. I go, what? What? I can't fist bump at Don's memorial? What are you talking about? It's Don's memorial. You have to. I said, honey, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to be fist bumping.
Yeah, this is the first hour of the show, my friends.
And this is like the most exciting thing that's happened to them in forever.
At least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, he could act like a man. I mean, yeah, good God.
Oh, come on, bro.
I know, I'm asking for too much.
The
wait,
guy that literally licked bocce balls across Italy for like a month, and all of a sudden he just want to shake hands.
Yeah.
At a memorial.
Wait, it gets better, though. It really does. The next
clip. Then you may or may not know that Howard actually was in the VIP section of the memorial service.
What kind of absolute douchery is that?
Oh, it's massive douchery. It's douchebaggery squared.
Please hold.
Anyway,
well, you were cloistered before. I know.
Well, yeah, did you see that? So when I was walking in, Laura Buckwald, Don's daughter, says to me, "We have a special area, VIP area. Would you want to go there, or do you want to mingle?" I go, VIP area.
Immediately
mingle, because I got there about 25 minutes early. Okay. And I'm like, mingle? Oh, my God. I do not want to mingle with anybody.
All right. So let's also reiterate. These are Buckwald clients and Buckwald staff. There are no pores there. There's no dirty commoners.
He knows. These are people he knows.
See, he knows everyone there.
What it is she looked at where their money comes from, and she went, oh, apparently you're the only one that makes us money. So, VIP over here.
Let me shuffle you into another room.
Exactly.
So then apparently he spoke at the memorial service.
I wonder if he talked about Don's vagina.
I doubt that.
That's what he did for Joan Rivers.
But he did, in fact, cry at his own words because, they're so profound.
My life went from black and white to color when I met Don. I teared up a little bit.
He teared up.
I teared up a little.
I know. I got weepy a couple of times while you were speaking.
Really? Really, Robin? You fucking kiss ass?
I would have cried, but I was so dehydrated from not drinking water.
You had no tears.
I had no tears.
So he proceeded to say, prior to this, he was talking about how he didn't drink any water, even though he was parched and dying of thirst, on his way to the memorial because he didn't want to have to pee. Because even if he took a sip of water, he would have to go to the bathroom.
So Mr. Prostate can't drink any water because he has to pee all the time. I think Bang or Clock is farcical. I have a feeling that's completely farcical at this point. Mr. Limp Noodle is not doing anything.
No way. I mean, literally, the guy takes a sip of water, he has to pee.
And once again, can we just take a second to remind everybody that Don Buchwald told Howard to not share any of that bonus money that he was getting at when he first moved over to Satellite. Like he had a conversation with whoever powers it be, and they're like, yeah, maybe we should just throw the boys a couple of bucks as a thank you. And he's like, no, Howard is a star. F them. They don't get any money.
That's right.
So that's who they're commemorating.
Yes, another dirtbag.
Yeah, it's like, Tiny Tim, go get the biggest turkey you can find.
I'm just curious whether it was Don's fault or just Howard saying "fuck no."
You know what? We've heard that story.
Yes,
I think it's Don. Look at that fedora.
And yes, Wiggy dearest. Yet not one tear for Ben. Yes.
Nope, not a tear. Nope.
That is correct.
Even saw him on his deathbed. No tears.
Yeah. So after they went to the Buchwald thing, which was a very bizarre thing, that they didn't talk to each other. They didn't know that he was going to be there. They didn't confer with each other about going to it. Yes, Dennis.
Do you have the? There's one more clip from that. Do you have that?
No.
All right. So during the event, he went down and was with the Poors, and he proceeds to say he saw this beautiful black man.
Oh, right.
This absolutely handsome black man, and I went over and I hugged him because I wasn't shaking hands, so I hugged him. Totally normal, completely and utterly normal.
He was probably trying to dock with him.
That's what it sounds like.
A little bit to the left.
So
normal.
So normal. Okay, so then Robin, who's Muhammad Ali aficionado and boxing.
Oh wait, the other thing is, the thing was Robin obviously had oxygen, and
I actually know what she had because
he also said it had a canister too. So that
purchased for me during COVID by a and it's like a personal.
Is it the one that looks like a can of Raid, but it's got the little nozzle at the end?
No, it's just like this little box that's sitting. It's just I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like it's your own personal air.
I have some nice land in South Florida you can buy.
Are you kidding me? I never used it. I don't even know if it still has a battery. I should go get it. I think it's downstairs.
It's the silliest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Is it like nitrous oxide?
No, I'm gonna go get it. I think it's downstairs. Hold on.
Oh no!
Hey, let's do some whippets. Come on.
I'll be right back. I'll get a refrigerator.
Let's do it.
No, I don't have any whipped cream in my house. It's very sad. I keep on forgetting to buy it. I should sit here and do whippets before the show in the morning.
I once worked with a celebrity that could only function after doing whippets. It was really interesting.
That's fascinating.
The dude ended up at rehab.
No shit, really? I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
If you're functioning with nitrous oxide only.
And by the way, we do not endorse the use of any inhalant here on Radio Gunk.
No.
So if you feel like you have to have one, you should probably call your doctor.
Or go see the dentist.
Yeah.
Where the hell is she going to get this thing? Oh, here she comes back. Oh God. Let's see this utterly retarded thing.
Here it is.
I'll drink to that.
Here it is. So it's apparently still working. I've never used it. This has like a little
This
blue.
might not be a good idea. If it's been sitting there, do you really
God knows what it's doing.
That? Honestly.
It's probably spewing out some like harsh chemicals, forever chemicals.
Oh,
And
she did it.
It did. It made it
Good
go
job.
away.
Okay, we're done. Let's move on to the
Oh,
second
well.
segment.
I know where to send a sympathy card. Oh, there she is.
Okay, that was amazing. Okay, we're not going to do that twice. Let's move on.
Yeah, there's my own personal. It's called Pure Air.
Pure air.
I don't know what it's supposed to do for you, but
nothing. It does nothing. It's a scam.
Some shyster doctor gave it.
Doesn't look like it's approved by the
FCC?
the FAA. No, FCC, whatever it is.
FDA. It's like I've fallen and I can't get up. It's just life alert.
Because isn't there an element that needs to have like an ozone generator that generates the oxygen that separates it?
I don't. What the fuck do I know?
What are you, Batman?
You're trying to ingest something you think you would want to know.
It's forever chemicals.
I don't know.
A little fan.
I don't know anything about this. Here, I'm going to show you.
Here you go. This kind of ties in. Cindy Lou wants to know when there's Secret Santa's here. There you go. That's what you can send you to Secret Santa.
Let's move on.
Yeah, see, this is a Pure Air Solo filterless personal air purifier with breakaway lanyard.
What does it even mean?
Lanyard.
A breakaway lanyard? That's all the
$129. Oh my God.
I did not buy this. I did not buy this. I don't know anything about it.
This is a sketchorama.
I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna give you a break. I'm gonna charge your blinker. I'm gonna change your blinker fluid and only charge you $100.
Who would wear this? Like seriously, this has been sitting downstairs since COVID, and it's still working. It's still working. I don't even. Think
that lady looks a little swarthy.
She's
swarthy.
She's a little swarthy. All right.
Despot.
All right. I don't know anything about this. I'm going to have to find out now.
Yeah, let's not.
All right.
Remember, you guys, if you guys encourage her and she dies, this show is done.
I'm going to stay healthy as I'm playing the rest of my clips. So there you go. I'm going to be like Robin. Yeah. So Tyson, of course, during the fight is subject to both horror and devastation, according to Robin. Meanwhile, the guy is $20 million richer just from, going for 2 minute, 8 rounds. So 16 minutes. So 20 minutes all in.
And honestly, Jake Paul didn't hit him hard enough to even make him notice he was there.
It was a scam. The whole thing was a scam. It was all kind of obvious.
Scam.
I mean, I've interviewed Mike Tyson, fascinating guy, all that. But good Lord Almighty, I saw the clips. What a waste of time. I mean,
it was again the same sad thing every great boxer does.
This is the same people that run this Zoom show.
One time,
and they think that that's a waste of time.
And then you see this devastation. You see this horror story unfold in front of you. I watched
story. What the hell is she talking about?
With practically every fighter I ever loved.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I have no idea.
Listen, in that card's defense, they had 2 decent fights. The chick fight was really good, and the other dudes, the welterweight,
Mexican guys,
that was actually pretty good fights.
Yeah, but the first fight,
the first one, what the hell was that?
Well, those guys were great, and actually they're friends.
You literally were trying to peg him in the ring.
But no, they were going hard. It was actually entertaining.
Yeah, I bet.
Dennis said it was a really good fight. We missed that one. So then the caller called in to let Howard know, oh my God, did you see the Ring Girls? Which we happened to have commented on.
Oh my God.
Yes, I did.
During the Patreon show. And so here's the commentary.
Twin orbs of truth and beauty.
I think those Ring Girls, did anybody notice the Ring Girls? They were
not at all.
I mean, their
you think so?
Were in their nose. Their titties were in their nose. What do you think?
I don't know.
The other one, the brunette, definitely had her titties in her nose.
I'm usually a big ring girl guy. I did. Maybe it was. Were there different ring girls for different fights?
I think it was the same 2 broads.
Same 2 broads.
Which means he didn't see any of the Ring Girls. He didn't. No,
he probably did, but they're not. They don't float his boat.
You know why? Because he paused it when they showed Tyson's ass. And he was there for
absolutely. I bet he
into the Tyson ass. He was very, very into Tyson's ass. But this girl has gotten all sorts of.
I don't understand why.
No, but you know what? Jake Paul's girlfriend
is a smoke show. She's a skank, but who cares?
She looks like a skank.
I know she
Doesn't. Hey, maybe if she's a skank, then I like skanks.
Sure,
no,
well,
she's actually a speed.
Yes,
Uh,
I mean she has
speed-
really strong legs.
Yes. 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 He's disgusting. Like, there's a saying with girls these days, like when a guy kind of completely turns you off, whether it's like the way he looks or the way he sounds or even the way he ties his fucking shoelaces, that it gives you like the ick. Jake Paul gives me the ick. Like he's just
Oh, he's a douchebag. He's a complete douchebag. Absolutely.
gross.
get out of here.
Gross.
I know.
What's funny is when I was watching the Cowboys play, they were still backing that car off the stage.
But the one that was going 1 mile an hour, like that
1 mile, slow down.
exactly. Slow down, stupid. So yeah, then they started talking about the epic failure that was Netflix streaming and trying to get a good stream to
But
everybody.
isn't these the same people that were going to give him his own show with the Bruce Springsteen thing?
Yes.
Yes.
What happened with that?
I don't know, but, our whole night was saved by Nguyen, who, I guess was
when time.
And he was streaming to all of us. And, but of course, how it's going to give the technology it, because the technology.
Netflix really made out 60 million people.
Yeah, but
watched
then
that
they were
night, or
saying,
at least tried to watch it. Yeah.
but I was reading, that a lot of people couldn't.
Yeah, it kept buffering. It was buffering for me too.
Yeah,
And
buffering
at first
for
I
me
thought
too.
it was but then I went on Instagram and Twitter and started noticing it was like everybody had a problem.
Listen, this technology is so new. You talk about a live event.
New?
Are you kidding?
I got to give it to them. They usually, I never have a problem with my Netflix. I stream well. I could even be sitting in a car watching my shit. But a live event,
Oh, so cute. See, that's what a man who never drives can say.
60 million people.
Yeah.
You gotta. I don't know how this stuff works, but you got to make sure it works. But
wow, that was stop the presses, man.
It's a new technology. How long has Netflix been just streaming?
It's streaming.
15 years now?
Yeah.
It is actually shocking to me that they didn't have their shit together for this. Honestly, I mean, it's like people are tuning in.
Care. Now, when they screw the NFL up this week, then they'll care.
Did they screw?
Did they? Have any idea how many passwords I tried to watch that?
Did they
All we had to find was when time.
My aunt, she's like selfish with that shit.
So that Josh Brolin is coming in today. So sadly, we're not going to be able to get to all the exciting things that we should have.
Darn. No victory lap today.
So we should just tap out now?
Today. I also have a package of what happened down here after the super fan event or whatever we call that. The ultimate Howard Stern event. It's got a package on that.
Package.
It might have to wait.
60 million people try that.
Josh Brolin, and Josh wrote a book. Very honest guy.
Yeah. Okay. So we can't get to the packages today. So that's all we're going to hear about tomorrow is the fan.
Oh, it's victory lap tomorrow. It is literally going to be arm out the window doing donuts in the parking lot at 10 o'clock at night.
So a curious thing.
All you have to do is tell us the numbers.
Yeah.
Tell us the numbers, bro.
Yeah. That ain't happening. There ain't no numbers being told. Ain't numbers. No numbers.
So before they got to Josh Brolin, they did a Tommy John commercial, and I just had to. I just have to give a little education on this. Okay, so here we go.
Last longer than the old shitty underwear we used to get?
I've got underwear back from the 90s from the top because Tommy John started advertising with us in the 90s, I believe.
Yeah.
Wrong. So let's go back.
Aren't they like 10 years old?
Back in
2008. Yeah, they're not.
Well, that's practically the 90s.
That's almost the 90s.
Give or take a year or two.
Tom Henson found that his undergarments were underperforming. He was always squished, squashed, or sweating, always tugging on his clothes to keep them tucked in and comfortable. With the help of his wife, Erin Fujimoto, and local tailor by the way, a see you next Tuesday of the highest order because I have a girlfriend who interviewed with her and she was a complete and utter fucking see you next Tuesday.
Nice.
They fabricated a game-changing undershirt that has always stayed in place. Friends and colleagues couldn't get enough. Tommy John patented the stay tucked undershirt. Oh, so he started with an undershirt that stayed tucked in. Not to be confused with untuck it, where you untuck the shirt.
Correct.
You can keep it out. Yeah. So, yeah, this Erin is not the nicest woman, just so you all know. Anyway,
you know what I miss? I miss when Tommy John was a surgery.
Exactly. Or a pitcher on the Yankees.
The pitcher.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so let's move on.
So she was a sea monkey?
She was a sea monkey.
Who you? Why you want job? You poor, you ugly.
We no pay you. We no pay you good. Okay, so then,
no library?
You know library. So bizarrely, thanks, Suam. Thanks, Suam.
Preach.
Thank you.
Before we get to Josh Brolin, we have to hear Robin singing, which was incredibly disturbing.
Do we?
No, it was.
I have to hear it. You have to hear it.
It was actually disturbing. I don't know if she was singing her heart out and it was meaningful to her because she seemed like it was very.
It wasn't. This is the end.
Kind of was. All right, let's listen to it though, because I got all 42 seconds of this horrific.
Oh God.
Cat getting fucked outside my window in Brooklyn.
You can take everything I have. You can break everything I'm like I'm made of glass. Like I'm made of paper. Go on and try to tear me down. I will be rising from the ground like a skyscraper. Like a skyscraper. Like a skyscraper.
You could just see the Grim Reaper behind her going, "Hey, can we speed this up?"
It's like
I got shit to do.
I need more time.
Honey, hurry up.
Are you doing?
She's doing whippets, I guess.
Christ, what's wrong
of
with
some
you?
chemicals that we don't even know what it is.
What's wrong with you? Why don't you get the battery out and put it to the tip of your tongue while you're at it?
It only works with 9 volts.
Yeah, well, it looks like it might be a 9 volt.
No, it's a USB charger.
Piece of.
Boo.
Yeah, it smells weird. Just so you know.
That's just forever chemicals. Don't worry about it.
Is this supposed to be inspirational? What she's doing?
I don't know.
Nobody gives two shit. Everybody thinks she's a gigantic sea monkey. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
nobody cares.
True.
Not even Howard anymore.
Cares.
Hello, mute button during every interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My dog just jumped out the window. Sorry, Nick.
So Josh Brolin comes in and he admits that he plays guitar, but he just doodles around. He doesn't really play, but he's been playing for 30 years. And so Howard's going to give him some sage advice on what he should be doing instead because Howard is learning something.
And let's remember, this is a almost 71-year-old talking to a 58-year-old.
I might be a little lightheaded from snorting in that fucking oxygen.
Yes.
Just telling you right now.
Oxygen.
They're both older than Mike Tyson, probably.
Yes, they are actually.
I'm slightly lightheaded right now. All right, here we go.
The same thing over and over again.
I'm not satisfied.
So why don't you get a great teacher and take a lesson
come on.
and commit to becoming, okay, maybe you won't be, Jimmy Page, but get great at it.
Yeah, but if you can't be Jimmy Page, then why play?
No. Because you will enjoy. Do you ever get up with people and play?
No, I've never done that. I have gotten up with people and sang.
No
because
kidding.
I have a scratchy enough voice. Yeah, we had a band in my 20s called Peace Lizards.
Peace Lizards. Let's see.
Peace Lizards.
Something on YouTube for.
Did they open for Corey Feldman?
Maybe. Peace Lizards.
Let's continue to digress.
Peace Lizards. Peace. No, it's actually all lizards. There's no peace lizards.
Let's move on.
Maybe it's peace, P-I-E-C. Peace.
How about we know what we can do? We can look for it on the Who Gives a Shit channel because I really don't care. I really don't care. I don't.
There is an interesting video about how house lizards shit, and
I don't really care. I see what lizards do. I don't care.
Oh, you
I have
don't care
lizards
about
outside. I don't really give a shit.
You don't care about how house lizards shit? No.
You guys are dicks.
Wow, that's so not right. That's so.
Come on, it's par for the course.
It really. All right, so then of course Howard has to admit that of course it's the whole reason he's playing guitar.
Actors always want to be musicians, they say, and it's true. And I think the reason is it's just such a rush. I think the ultimate rush, as much as it is to do a film or to see yourself in a film and do a good job, imagine writing a song that the whole world responds to.
What a douche.
You know, there's
utter and absolute
There's a gigantic chasm between guitar playing guy in a band and a song that everybody on the planet listens to and hears. Like, does he not get that chasm?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. All right. No. So let's talk a little bit about Josh Brolin and what goes on with him, and then
Thanos.
These clips. So,
Maker's Mark.
Josh Brolin. Listen, he grew up with a really fucked up mother, and his parents. Okay, well, no, really fucked up. So his parents got married after they knew each other for 12 days. And
that means that he knocked her up in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
That's the only thing that means. Come on.
Yeah, but you can't knock somebody up and know that you're pregnant in 2 weeks.
The rabbit gun died.
That is not physiologically possible, Xavier.
Dan, if you hit it on the first try.
Babe.
He was a good marksman.
2 weeks of
It's not possible to know in 12 days.
Sure. He knocked her up. Let's romanticize
It was
that.
James Brolin. I mean.
So they met
on
the set of Batman. And the 60s series, the Batman 60s.
Yeah, the good one.
So she was in the casting department, and
so she was probably. So that means she was probably involved in the freaking gangbangs that they used to do. Remember, they famously had those
with Burt Ward,
Adam West, and Dick Grayson.
Didn't Burt Ward have a very substantially sized penis?
Yes, and
Yes,
they had
And
lots
he
of shenanigans.
Yes, we've talked about this. I've introduced
lots of shenanigans.
But so if she was part of that production, 100%, she was getting DP'd by the Boy Wonder. 100%.
She cooked some chili, and we got married 12 days later.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, chili.
Then they had 2 children together. Then he went off doing whatever shit that he does, and she used to rescue wild animals. And here, I remember we had no money, or we'd be staying in a guest house. And I remember my mom saying at one point that my crib was a dresser drawer. So they struggled financially and like that. And so she had goats. They had
it's a wild animal?
No, it gets better. So animals were a big part of the family life. As Josh recounted, Jane ran a wildlife way station on Brolin's 230-acre ranch in Paso Robles, California. She'd confront 500-pound silverbacks that would just crumble. Sure, they would. Sure.
That's ridiculous.
We grew up with a few wolves, he told NPR's Fresh Air in 2014. I helped birth a lot of mountain lions. We had a lot of bobcats.
Sure. All those animals are famous for getting along together.
My mom was a good mom, but my mom didn't deal with people well, he told USA Today in 2013. She dealt with animals. Josh didn't understand his father's job growing up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my God, this sounds like the interview.
Josh had a unique relationship with his mom.
I heard 40 minutes of it this morning.
We all did. Growing up, Josh adored Jane. I miss her terribly, he told men. By the way, she died at 55, which is kind of young. While reflecting, the actor feared that their relationship wasn't traditional. She was a different kind of lady. She was very extreme in every kind of way. Josh allowed situations they shared, like us drinking in church together. She was a real character. Her maternal force wasn't typical at all. New York Times reported that Jane, a native Texan, struggled internally. According to the outlet, she once told Josh that she needed to create obstacles and misery where they didn't need to be.
She should have been on the Stern Show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there she is. By the time
miserable.
Josh was a teenager, James and Jane's relationship was on the rocks. Esquire reported that Josh acted out on the set of The Goonies as a result, giving his on-set teachers a difficult time. He was 18 or 19 at the time.
Oh, no.
He eventually called it quits following his parents' split. Esquire reported that Jane sent Josh, then 16, to live with James in Santa Barbara. Well, he fell
no, poor thing.
in groups called the Ceto Rats. Our parents were always doing whatever, so we all took care of each other. Jane died following a car accident in 95. She was 55, crashed her car into a tree.
Uh-oh.
And his mother loved driving, blah, 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 blah. So
she didn't do it well, though.
Yeah. So like that, right? So he has these like wonderful memories of her being kind of quirky and weird and different and whatever. And now he's married. He's got 2 kids, blah, 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 blah.
What number wife is this for Josh?
I don't really
3,
know.
4?
But lo and behold, he then writes a book saying what a fucked up, horrible human being his mother was, after he tells all these different outlets how amazing she was. So let's get into that a little bit.
I mean, it's well, yeah, of course. I mean, there's a lot of sadness there. Were you sad writing the book?
No.
Yeah, no, he wasn't sad writing the fucking book. But according to Howard, he had to be. He had to be sad because
of course,
mother I did. And let's ask about your father. Was your father sad?
Was your father upset that you wrote this book? Did you give it to him to read, and did he say to you, "Hey, Josh, what are you doing, man?" Because first of all, your dad, I actually text with your dad a couple of times.
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
we do.
That's
And
nice.
I think he's terrific.
Yeah.
But I could imagine as a father, he must feel like you exposed him a bit. You said, my dad, you basically are saying in the book, your dad, who, by the way, great actor, well-known guy, famous guy, James Brolin, but you say so many damaging things that you always felt like when your dad tells the story of you being born, that he's talking about like a piece of shit, in a toilet bowl.
Yeah, but he thinks it's funny.
Yeah. So, it's so weird. I think when people tell stories interfamily, like stupid things that happen in your family and things like that, it's really meant to stay in your fucking family.
Yeah.
But they're all actors, dude. That's all they know.
They're adult
to be
pretenders.
attention whore.
Yeah, they are totally.
You've been. I know for a fact you've been around actors. You know how absolutely butt crazy they are.
Yes,
it's slightly narcissistic.
They don't care. It's
a little,
it's all about
just a little narcissistic.
It's about the book, and it's about telling stories that will sell books. That's exactly what it is. And the next thing, right? So now we just heard like a whole thing about how much he loved his mother, and it was quirky and weird. Okay, Mom sent wild animals after me, and we were cleaning up fresh blood marks on our
Tarzan.
Exactly.
Telling all about his in his new memoir.
Simba, Josh Brolin.
And mentioning one scary trick his mother used to pull on him. The actor sat down for an interview at the Times, published on Saturday, to talk about his book, From Under the Truck, a reference to the night of heavy drinking that ended with his mother's boyfriend literally passed out underneath the vehicle. In the article, the interviewer mentioned the story that he relays in the book about his mother, Jane, a wildlife conservationist, would often yell "sick 'em" to any wild animals like cougars, coyotes, bobcats, and the like nearby, which would then usually take off after Josh and his brother Jess. Can you even fucking imagine?
No.
Hang on. Let me put on my reality pants real quick. Okay, hang on.
Okay. JB writes,
in what world does a mountain lion, a cougar, a bobcat, I don't know, freaking guinea pig knows the word "sick 'em"?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Crap, bro.
You knew if you didn't get on the other side of that shut door within a couple of seconds, you'd be cleaning up fresh bloody marks somewhere.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah, that's it.
This is so cute because Jan Hein gave him that as a talking point during the interview. That exact thing, completely quoted, line for line. That was exactly what he said.
Despite the obviously terrifying nature of these encounters, Brolin is loath to say just how horrifying they were. Instead, he tells the Times that his mother may have been a pain in the behind, but she was never someone who you didn't want around. Ultimately, Brolin's mother passed away in a car accident at 55, aged with Brolin in the throes of heroin addiction, thought was a good, long life. Looking back...
Wait. So can we just call her Land Aquaman? I mean, at this point, that's about as realistic.
Yeah, no shit. All right. So here's Howard talking about a story about himself and then relaying it back to Josh. Here we go.
And the first thing I thought is, I'm going to bring 60 Minutes to my parents' house. I felt like I had to give everything to my parents. Anything good. You know, I wouldn't even keep it for myself because my job was to prop up my mother and make her feel good. I was in service to my mother.
I was in service to my mother.
What a complete loser.
Douchebag. So wait, let's cut to about 10 minutes later in the conversation.
And the chemistry is great.
Come lay here and get tan. What's the matter? Like, I'm like, poor Josh, little boy in service to his mom. And then,
oh my God, he might get a tan.
Okay, Josh is actually a pretty talented actor. What a waste of an interview. At the very least, he could have done, hey, let's talk about the Ant-Man theory. You know, like when Ant-Man goes up Thanos' ass and then expands. Can you at least do that?
All right, so
he doesn't know movies like that.
So Mrs. Chair was doing like, she heard that Brolin was on today. She's like, oh, did they talk about this show that's going off the air on Prime? It's been on, it's going on its third season. I said, no, I didn't even know that it existed. So he has a show that's actually out right now.
What show?
That we learned nothing about.
What show?
I don't remember.
Josh?
It's on Prime. I don't remember. Maybe somebody in the chat.
Yes, Rick the Electrician, No Country for Old Men. It might be one of the best movies ever made.
Yes, for sure.
Did he even
Outer
mention
Range.
That?
That's what it is.
Did
Bumpy Johnson watches it. Outer Range.
Okay.
And that's been on for 3 seasons, and we didn't hear a damn thing about it. Like, literally. Like, no, we just heard 40 minutes on his mom.
What's funny is that Robin keeps saying that he's in this show with Peter Dinklage. She keeps referencing this show. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what that show is. And it turns out it's just a movie.
It's a copy of Twins. A bad copy of Twins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
they play brothers, and she just kept talking about how amazing it was, and it's so funny, and it's so good. The show
didn't mention it once.
And I'm like, God, what show is Josh Brolin in? And not realizing that it was literally just some stupid movie.
You know that to this day, if you want to get under Peter's skin, just tell him how crappy the ending of Game of Thrones was, and he literally loses his mind. He can't just say, you know what? I was just an actor. He
might bite your shins. Now stop.
Yeah, well. Little people are scary somehow.
Do you remember the time I saw Peter Dinklage
with a moose
strolling his daughter somewhere?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Looked at a picture of it online just because it's just so fucking cute that he's the same height as the carriage. And it's so cute when you see him like strolling his daughter. And he's just a little tiny thing. He's just so tiny. He's just so tiny.
I like how he has the hood, the glasses, and the big hat, and also we can't recognize who he is.
Okay, here's a fun, worthless fact.
Yeah, go.
People forever thought that he was in The Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang, but in fact, he was actually in U2's video. What's at the end of Round Home? What's the slow song? All I Want Is You. That's Peter. If you want to see a young Peter Dinklage, you can tune into that.
No, thank you.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, but let's look at Bobcats.
Let's look at him with his wife and his daughter. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's so cute. It's so
cute.
She
looks like a bundle of fun.
Yeah, she looks thrilled.
That dog is like, what am I doing here?
It's like literally like,
just kill me already.
Please. Like, please, I've had enough.
Damn misery.
I've seen things. I've seen things.
Mr. Dangles is a big man. Let's never forget that.
I could lick my dad's balls. All I have to do is
God, even dwarves are like gang piling on YouTube.
hate you all. All right. Well, now we'll hear the story about the wolf in the garden because, Howard can't really get over that whole story.
Why did your mother leave him alone with the wolf?
She didn't leave him alone with the wolf. She let him
Instagram.
The cage, and he was running around this kind of garden that we had. It wasn't really a garden. It was just kind of a fenced-in area.
Mm-hmm.
And the fence, the irresponsibility is the fence was only 6 feet high. My brother didn't know the
ridiculous
cage, and my brother, like any 6-year-old, was climbed on top of the fence and was walking along the edge of the fence. The wolf came over, grabbed his leg, pulled him down, and attacked him.
So we didn't really talk a lot about Josh. What?
Can we process that they have allegedly wolves in a 6-foot fence? The only wolf that can't climb that is Wolfman Jack. Absolutely no. I mean, wolf, you need like at least 12-foot fencing. At least.
Yeah, they kind of jump high because they're wolves.
Naturally athletic.
They're wolves.
Yeah, man.
Clearly, there were some issues going on. With
bullcrap.
Mother and Josh and Josh's brother. Because
what's so interesting though is that she's dead and cannot refute a damn word.
I know, but let's take
This is why Men in Black 3 failed.
Let's take a little visit. Let's take a little visit to Joshy's brother. So, yeah.
Oy,
that Norm from Cheers?
Norm.
Wow.
Yeah. So Josh Brolin's brother spotted
DNA can be cruel.
His brother's a Hollywood hunk, and his actor dad married to one of the most famous women in show business. But Jess Brolin is fat, troubled, and roots around in trash cans. It's a heartbreaking situation, a source said of the 350-pound Brolin.
He's already with a nose.
Brolin, the younger brother of No Country for Old Men actor Josh Brolin, son of James Brolin, stepson of Barbara Streisand. He will sometimes be sleeping in a field behind shops, basically wherever he can bed down, a source told the Mirror. Jess, 41, has been living in Ojai, California since May 2011 when his trust fund ran out and he was evicted from his $800 braggart apartment in Santa Monica, the Mirror said. The paper said he's now homeless, but Josh's spokeswoman reported that the report as erroneous. She insisted he's gainfully employed and supports himself. Look at this picture.
Well, someone's supporting him.
This is like the missing.
I tell you who's not supporting him. Those knees. Those knees are barely supporting him.
Yeah, he's looking for some Gatorade in there. Still, he was recently spotted waddling through town wearing shorts and a
good for him.
Like LA Dodgers shirt.
Good for him.
At one point, he was seen sticking his arm in a trash can. James Brolin
everything.
Have an estimated $480 million. Jess and Josh's mom was one-time aspiring actress Jane Cameron, AG, who divorced James Brolin in 1984. She died in a car crash. She said to have left Jess a six-digit trust fund.
Ain't a lot.
Wow.
Do you think he's getting residual from diabetes?
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, how do you be homeless and be that large?
Listen,
isn't it a great weight loss thing?
It's all
he must be a real prick because there's no way Josh would probably not kick him down at least.
He's twice the man his brother is, though.
Yeah, they're like the number 10 standing next to each other. Jesus Christ. Well, what happened to poor Jess?
You know what? You look at that picture and you think, No Country for Salads.
Oh, look at this from September 11th, 24. So this is like Jess Brolin, 52, is now living at a modest 3-star Topa Vista Hotel in Ojai. There he is.
Oh, he grew a mustache. It's hard to recognize him. Oh, what's going on there?
Diabetes. That is.
Oh, he's got the diabetes.
He's got the diabetes for sure.
Oof. He's got a pretty sweet mustache, though. Come on.
That is a nice mustache.
And I bet his father gave him
those poor pants are just hanging on for dear life.
You know what, though?
He's not
100
years.
Ben Affleck never looked that good in a Batman.
Wow. Josh Brolin received Walk of Fame alongside his family. Sure.
Is that Jim? No, wait. Never mind. I thought that was Jim Carrey for a second.
Sure. And yet, there he lives in a hotel.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh.
That's
not. Oh.
Hey, those are hiking shoes, bro. So you know that guy's got an
One's a
agenda.
hiking shoe, the other is a croc.
Wow.
No Country for Football Men.
Thank
you, the card.
You know, it's nice that they could oh look, he's got the Cobra Kai T-shirt.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
It's like you look at it, you look at him, and you go, "Sweep the buffet."
Wow, huh? Poor guy at the Topa Vista.
That's Topa Vista?
Sure, why not?
Vista, and there's his father's house.
No mercy.
They're almost the same. If you squint hard enough, they're identical.
Yeah, probably just as many doors.
But here's the thing: Josh actually made a living. This is dude just freeloading. So
yeah,
beggars can't be choosers.
This is literally like last month. This is so sad. It's like really bad. I mean, I wonder why he's so troubled. Like, I wonder what the story is with him.
He's no different than Emily.
Yeah.
Well, but he doesn't write.
He's no different than Emily. Emily has yet to actually prove that she's actually made a
No, but Emily produces horrible songs and is a rabbi.
Well, let's send this guy a keytar. See what happens.
And also have him convert to Judaism so then he can become a rabbi.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? You think flatbread's going to satisfy that man? Convince to fish my ass.
So then they start talking about Josh Brolin's arrest record, and he relays a story about one of the first times he got arrested, which is such a bizarre story.
Yeah. What were the offenses? What did you go to jail for?
I think the biggest offense was when I was 19. I was riding my Harley. I was very into Harley. I've always been, since then, been into Harley Davidsons. And I was riding my Harley from, what was it? The Hard Rock Cafe. And there was a girl on the back. I do remember that. And I ended up at my friend Mike Herbert's house. And there was no girl on the back. And I don't remember I don't know to this day what happened.
You know, somewhere off the 10 freeway, you know, there was probably like a body on the side of the friggin' road that they probably chalked up to a serial killer. And meanwhile, it was this fucktard.
So he needs
was
a
probably
T-shirt.
just high as fuck.
Yeah. Well, no, they never found the girl.
No, so he needed the T-shirt when he rides his bike. If you could read this T-shirt, the bitch fell off.
And the bitch fell off. The bitch fell off.
Kennedy vibes.
Except they didn't end up in the water.
Officer, I don't know where that woman went.
Here's just a quick shout out when he's hanging out with Benicio
He was
del
the guy.
Toro.
So here's the thing with me and Benicio. Like, if I would go to a club, which was very rare, like, remember the Limelight? You know, it's in New York, and go to the Limelight.
Yeah, sure.
He would walk in, and all the girls would close in on him.
Yeah, and nobody liked poor little Josh.
No.
Why do I find that as a completely farcical story?
Because it is.
What? That he went out with Benicio del Toro?
No, but that no girl would walk up to Josh. What, 6'2"? Was he 6'2"? I mean, it kind of looks a lot like his father. Even when he was younger, he looked a lot like his father. Come on. Give me a break. Seriously.
Let's look up Josh Brolin in the 80s.
And his height.
There's no way that this boy.
Oh my God. The girl, no, absolutely.
Is not being looked at in a nightclub.
He's like a young version of his dad.
Oh, no, seriously. There's no way this boy
is ignored.
Picked up.
No, of course not. Absolutely.
Maybe they were partying in Chelsea.
So how tall is he? Oh, Benicio del Toro. He has a certain look.
Yeah, but you know what? Gun to head. For me, this verse. Well,
he's very swarthy.
He's swarthy.
He's swarthy.
He's swarthy. Yeah, that's swarthy.
He's
okay.
swarthy.
But I wouldn't. I can't. I don't think they're mutually exclusive, though. I mean, I can't imagine either of them would have any issue whatsoever.
Oh, he's only. Hey, Josh Brolin's only my height. He's 5'10".
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought he was taller.
No, I guess not. See, there you go.
I guess not, but it doesn't matter.
Can you check?
Remember in Deadpool 2, they kept on goofing on his height.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
How tall is Benicio del Toro? Can you check?
I can.
Okay.
If I can spell Benicio.
Because the character Cable is supposed to be like 6'5".
Yeah, Danny. He's just a little 6'2".
Okay, so yeah. So here's probably the little friend.
I love that running gag in Deadpool 2 about his height. That was just absolutely hilarious.
Zip it, Thanos.
All right, let's move on. So here's another factoid you may not have known about Josh Brolin. Here you go.
That's creative.
I'll tell you what else you put in the
gross.
book that I love.
What?
You love to shit. You love the physical act of shitting.
I love it.
At one point,
Get it out.
you had a point in your life where you had diarrhea. You described it was. I forget the exact point, but
During
you said,
your country.
right. I had to shit 12 times a day, and you were like, all I want to do is sit on a bowl and shit.
Yeah.
And you want to know something?
Right.
Again, I'm going to get a little psychological with you.
Okay.
If I had your life,
yeah,
I'd want to get all that shit out too.
Wow. Yeah, everything comes back to ass play with Howard. Everything.
Kind of.
Everything goes back to ass play.
Everything. All right, got 4 more clips. Let's bang this shit out. Let me just see if I had anything else in my links to other shit. No,
like Josh Brolin's.
No, that's it. I just had the chubby brother. All right, let's move on. I don't even know what this clip is. Here we go.
I had to resort to somebody who was hard up.
So they're talking about how when Josh was younger, it was really difficult for him to get girls. And
yeah, okay. Come on, really?
Howard was talking about how he'd have to pay women to be with them. And he just lets this little weird factoid slip about paying an older woman, which made me think about the one in Princeton. And maybe she was actually like I don't know. I just listened to the clip. I don't know why I picked it.
I had to resort to somebody who was hard up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but somebody would pay you to have sex. I mean, that's people. I remember I went to an older woman. She goes, "I'm not paying. You pay me. Are you fucking crazy?"
So you think maybe that older woman was the one in Princeton, and maybe it wasn't a girlfriend, but it was just like a woman who he paid to have sex with?
That was like his mommy.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I like that theory because he's
it may fly. It may fly, and unlike you, I'm not going to sit here and bash it. So yeah, I know.
The Cleveland Browns should sign him up right now.
Exactly.
So then the best clip of the day, is we're just about to wrap up the interview, and Howard is commenting on what a beautiful head of hair Josh Brolin has, and then Josh, of course, says this. This is classic.
How lucky are you? You got that head of hair. Look at that.
Well, is that a wig that you're wearing?
Yes. Did you think it was a wig?
No, I didn't. That's a great. You don't?
No color.
Come on.
Swear to God. I don't
Seriously?
color. Yeah.
Your hair's that dark naturally?
Yeah, and I'm an old fart.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
Have you seen me? I think it was on my door. There's a digital picture of me on your door. And I have a white beard. My beard is white.
So yeah.
So they're zooming, right? They're not.
Yes, they're on Zoom.
Okay, so there you go.
Go look on the Twitter machine and see if there's content.
While you look for that, it's hilarious because Josh comes in, long time, first time, because he said, I've been listening since 1988.
Yeah.
Nobody that actually really listened since 1988 would say that if you actually are a listener.
I would. I mean, if I met him.
That's because we hate him.
Well, yeah, but if I was like an actor and I knew who he was, don't forget.
No, he says he listened since 88.
Yeah.
Which is obviously farcical.
All right, here's some Stern show. Here's some Stern. Let's get to that. Hang on a second. so we can see this.
You tried to be Batman. You auditioned.
I didn't try. No.
You didn't?
No.
I thought you were one of the guys that was mentioned as Batman, and that's when Ben Affleck got it.
I think
around that time.
I think Zach mentioned me.
I think you would have been great at it.
Well, call Zach.
You never got the call.
I never got the call. I think my agent may have gotten the call. Like, would he be interested if we went in his direction? And
being Thanos was more interesting to you too, I would think, because these characters now are real. They're not comic book characters.
When I went in to do Thanos, and I was sitting there with Joe and Anthony Russo, and I had kind of come in with this kind of presentational Richard Burton-esque kind of, Anthony Hopkins, in my craft of selling art exercise, I am Thanos, and it just didn't fucking work. It was wrong, which happens all the time. The Russos understood, and this is what makes a great director, because it changes with every actor that you're dealing with. They would go, remember in Scarface when Al Pacino walked? I mean, they're making Scarface references for a fucking Marvel movie.
Right.
They know that's going to resonate most with me. And then I go, yeah. And then I started thinking of Brando in Apocalypse Now. And I was like,
let's compare that.
The horror.
Maybe he's itching his nose. Like, what if a cartoon character is actually bent over like this, kind of talking like, instead of this whole thing, I am Thanos,
Right.
I don't think Howard's ever seen the movie, by the way.
No, he has not. I actually commented it.
I'm struggling over killing half the universe too. But I have
so in other words, the rubbing of the face, rubbing the eyes gives you a humanity, even though you're the super. Wow. That's fucking great.
And
now look at the color of Howard's hair and look at James Brolin, who is 20 years younger than him.
Even though you're
13 years younger.
Too.
Okay, I like
but I have
so in other words, the rubbing of the
look at the
I'm 20 years younger.
Look at the darkness of his hair.
Face, rubbing the eyes gives you a humanity, even though you're the super. Wow.
This is so stupid.
Great.
And I think that's why
actually a shit movie.
These movies come up and they go,
the whole conversation is so stupid. It's like insanity.
That was the hour and 50 minutes was this
you were at
level.
your dad's place or something, and you met Barbara Streisand, his wife, and he said, "Hey, I'll have a glass of wine." And this is why people probably didn't believe you when you said you were getting sober.
Yeah.
Barbara goes, "A glass of wine? Wait a second." And you were basically saying, "No, I'm going to have a glass. It's just one glass of wine," which is what all alcoholics will say, right?
Yeah, sure. I know it's so
around
crazy.
No Country, where I was able to work with really, really,
really,
amazing
this is how
filmmakers.
The whole thing was.
And
the fact that we would actually look at video of this. Who's Jimmy? Oh, that's a guy. Okay.
That's a guy.
Yeah, I don't know, but that James Brolin doesn't look anything like
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, whatever. Okay, so anyway, yeah.
Well,
so let's get to the end of the show. Okay, sorry. Continuing with the wig.
And I have a white beard. My beard is white. I mean, Santa Claus
beard is
white.
Me too.
Really?
But my hair is dark.
What is that? Anomaly. That's some kind of chromosomal anomaly.
My mother's father was the same way. He had a full head of hair. When he was 80, it just started to turn a little bit gray.
Bunch of shit, man.
Douchebags. Okay, so my last clip for the day, which I thought was kind of funny and ironical at the same time, is Josh talking about writing his book and about ghostwriters, which is, so
this is great.
We know, everybody knows that Ratso
Sloman.
So Chris Howard's agreeing with him.
By the way, I thought that was a good memoir.
That was a very good memoir, by the way. And I saw him and we talked about our books. And I said, I can't imagine that most memoirs are written by ghostwriters, which I absolutely was finding that out was amazing to me. Because how do you get somebody else to write your book in the vernacular and the cadence of who you are? It's a memoir.
Right.
I mean, it just goes against
it.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't do it. I wonder, Howard. You can't do it.
Yeah, Private Parts, Miss America. You're right. You just can't do it.
Can't do it. Yeah, so then he wraps up with the Brolin. Josh, Jess, Josh, James, Josh, Brolin. And yeah, that was basically it. Robin came in to say how amazing it was, and
yes,
you're so wonderful. And then that was all she wrote.
The show is actually 2 hours and 45 minutes today.
The fullness of the show.
the fullness of the show, because the commercial break was 15 minutes.
Mhm.
It was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yes, Jeremy Harrelson. I just played when he commented on the wig. Did you want to hear that? Did you miss it? Did you miss it? I'll play it again for you. Did
No,
you?
I got to go.
The wig? 30 seconds. 30 seconds to be a life.
How lucky are you? You got that head of hair. Look at that.
Well,
I
is that
mean-
a wig that you're wearing?
No. Did you think it was a wig?
No,
This
I
is-
didn't, of course.
And
not.
I don't color this.
That's a great. You don't?
No color.
Come on.
Swear to God. I don't color.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Your hair.
Liar. Fucking liar. Yeah. So there you go. There's the wig. There you go. There you have it. That's the show. That's the show. That's the show today.
That was it.
That's all you got.
It's the best show of the week.
And the worst. All at the
And the
same.
worst. All the same day.
We may get to Blit and JD in Paris this week. We may get to
Yeah.
we may get to fan feedback.
Yes.
We may have Jill call in.
Absolutely.
Something might happen with Ronnie. Something might happen with somebody. That's
and then
it.
Cher comes in on Wednesday. And
Oh, right.
then-
I forgot about that. Right.
and then we're off for God knows how long.
There you go. That's right. It's Thanksgiving next week, isn't it?
Yes.
Something like that.
Thanksgiving.
All right. Well, I'm going to try and be in my new studio by tomorrow. And that's not saying much because,
Yeah.
a whole day of activity. Dennis, what's going on at DJ's Classic Garage?
I have a video that just came out, and it seems that people are kind of enjoying it. It's on the death of car culture.
Oh, interesting. What's that?
Yes, and it's a pure piece of Americana that seems to be dying a very slow, quick death.
Very slow, quick death?
Yes.
That's an anomaly.
It came slowly, then it happened all at once.
So I have a friend who's down here who just drove down in his incredibly ugly Tesla truck. What's it called?
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck, right? So what would have been a 20-hour trip, like for me it was 18, right? So what would have been a 20-hour trip was a 28-hour trip.
I actually have a video on that. It's the EV cult. I just don't get it.
I don't. It's like, why would you do this? He's like, he had to pull over every like 400 miles to charge, which took about an hour with the quick chargers, because Tesla will steer you to the quick chargers, which sometimes will be out of your way to get to the quick charger. So you're going out of your way to go get a quick charge, which is then an hour in order to continue on for another 400 miles. It's like, it was absolutely brutal. It's like, it would have been cheaper and easier for you to ship the fucking car down and just fly down. Like, seriously. And it's the ugliest thing. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then he opens the door with his fucking iPhone. And so the door opens, but it doesn't have a handle. So you actually have to take it by the stainless steel or the glass to pull it open, which causes a massive amount of fingerprints on the glass and the stainless steel. But the steel on the edges is sharp. It's not even like polished. It's like just cut stainless steel. It's not finished.
Awesome.
So I'm planning on doing a video. I asked him if I could do a video on the car, and he said, yeah.
I was, that's interesting. Yeah. So I was at a car show on Friday night.
Thanks, Jeremy. Sorry, go ahead.
And there was a student there. It was at my Intrepid Assistance High School. And he was talking about the Cybertrucks. And he said something I did not know, that their batteries are wired in sequence. So that's really stupid. You don't do that, because when you have a problem with one, it wipes the whole thing out. When they're done in a series, that's bad. That's not how you're supposed to do things. You don't do them in a series.
And then the windshield is tremendous. It's literally like this big.
How do you get a sunshade for that?
Okay, there's one gigantic windshield wiper that's literally like from my bottom elbow to my finger, and it's like whoosh, 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 and it doesn't even like windshield wipe the whole fucking glass. It's horrible. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it just made me chuckle.
You know what it was? It was the dare. I'll build something as stupid as humanly possible, see if someone buys it. Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's as stupid as can possibly be. So yeah. Joke's on you. All right, so go follow Dennis over at DJ's Classic Garage. And Mr. Whiskers, do you have anything to promote?
I have Primus stuck in my head.
What do you got? What song?
Now Rex is how's it go? Now Rex is texting out New Orleans, and they travel on the Carnival show. Runs bumper cars, smokes cheap cigars, and he candies up his node. Got a win of the big brown beaver, so he thought he could give himself a peek. But the beaver was quick, and he grabbed him by the kiwis, and he ain't pissed all week.
Why are you singing that song? Why you got that in your head?
What's wrong with my known as Big Brown Beaver?
Nothing's wrong with known as Big Brown Beaver. Nothing at all. Nothing at all is wrong with known as Big Brown Beaver. All right, so guys, we will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for what was, just basically a boring interview with two narcissists, as it usually.
Room. Everybody knows Jerry was a race car driver, but what kind of car did he drive?
Is that a question?
Yeah, it's a real question.
It was wasn't it a 442?
Yes.
It was a 442, and he put what did he put on there?
Come on, you gotta know this.
Oh.
Starts with you want to give you a clue?
Yeah.
Starts with an O. Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile. Yeah, 442 Oldsmobile. Yeah, I know that. No,
Remember,
I was thinking about the other one, the girl from Kalamazoo. They went down and saw the Mopar Man.
Yeah.
It's also on that show.
Remember, he's
I'm not going to play it. But.
Yeah.
Remember, he slapped the Bocephus sticker on his 442 and lied just for fun.
All right, guys. Love you all. See you mañana. I didn't do an end thing for my stream. Oh my
God, we don't have an end thing.
I got it. I'm going to set it right now. All right, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who super chatted us. We always appreciate that.
Yes, that was awesome. Thank you.
We shall see you. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.